Hello, welcome to day 3 of our creative writing poetry distance learning unit. Our objective for today is that students will be able to determine the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in poetry, including figurative meaning. And we're still working on California Common Core Standard Reading Literature 9.4. So to start off today, we're going to be adding one term to our figurative language and poetry terms handout for week 2. So go ahead and if you go to our creative writing poetry unit day 3, open up your handout. It's the week 2 figurative language and poetry terms. And we're just going to be adding hyperbole today. So a hyperbole, if I go back to my slide, is when it's describes something in an extremely exaggerated way. And the example here in our image is if we were to say, we waited in line all day. Chances are, if you're waiting in line for a long time, it may be 5 or 10 minutes, but it certainly isn't all day. So that's what makes this an extreme exaggeration, which makes it a hyperbole. And then we're also practicing today personification. We added this last week, and this is another review from our English 9 figurative language terms. And again, this is when you give human qualities to a non-human item. We're practicing this today, but we already added it last week. So take a moment before you move on to our do now and add hyperbole to your figurative language and poetry terms so we can use this to study for the unit exam. And then as you can see, we're only going to add 2 more terms this week. Not a lot of terms. We had a lot of terms last week that we're going to continue to practice this week in addition to adding these 3. But today we're focusing on hyperbole and then again personification. So go ahead and add hyperbole to your note taker and then complete the do now, which is a practice comparing personification and hyperbole, seeing if you can identify the difference between the two.